What's crazy is also the goalpost shift. So I think you could talk about a lab leak theory now.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of established science. And there's more evidence that points to the fact that it leaked from a lab than there's almost no evidence of natural spillover. There's also evidence of manipulation of the virus itself to make it more contagious to human beings. It's some real wackiness, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy but it took so long for people to think that could even be a possibility. Like, remember when Jon Stewart was on the Colbert show and Colbert kept trying to block him from joking around about it?
No, I don't. You
never saw that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh my God, you have to see this. It's kind of amazing because Jon Stewart, bless his heart, he sticks to the bit.
Yeah.
And Colbert is trying to cock block the joke. He's trying to stop him from ranting. So you can clearly see Jon Stewart is in the middle of a bit. He's like literally doing it to the audience. Like he's doing a bit. Like watch this. It's pretty fun.
This is a delight to have you here, my friend.
Oh, my God, there's nothing I wanted to do more than breathe everyone's air.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what I know about you. This is what I know about you. We are truly dear friends, and yet this is the first time I've seen you in the flesh in 15 months.
That is correct.
Right.
And I am so really happy. And I know we're all vaccinated, and I'm not going to get COVID, but I'm going to get something. I'm honestly, these people did not take good care of themselves during the pandemic.
Last time, well, actually, the first time we talked during COVID, I was still in South Carolina.
That's right. You were locked down.
I was locked down there, and the family, Evie and the kids, were the actual crew.
That's right.
That's how we were doing it. We're doing it in a little unused little bedroom with cables through the window and a satellite truck on our lawn. And I mean, like the room was twice the size of this desk. I think I'm not joking. Chris could tell you it's really really tiny. But the point was like just to get it done, to get something out there. We really wanted to do the show. And when I interviewed you for it, you were talking about how little progress we've made in science in combating pandemics, because in 1918, the advice was wear a mask, wash your hands.
That's right.
And 100 years later, 103 years later, wear a mask, wash your hands.
It was soul crushing to find that. I was really hoping that like in 1918, they'd be like, drink a tincture of mercury and butterfly juice. Like, I was hoping it'd be like some bizarre thing. And I'm like, we've come a long way, baby. It's the exact same.
How do you feel about the science now, though?
So I will say this. I honestly mean this. I think we owe a great debt of gratitude to science. Science has, in many ways, helped ease the suffering of this pandemic, which was more than likely caused by science.
Uh-oh.
So,
look at Colbert.
And that's kind of...
Hold on one second.
No.
Spit take.
Listen.
It's coffee. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
So
what do you mean by that? Do you mean like perhaps there's a chance that this was created in a lab? There's an investigation.
A chance?
Well,
oh my
if there was
God.
evidence, I'd love to hear it.
There's a novel respiratory coronavirus overtaking Wuhan, China. What do we do? Oh, you know who we could ask? The Wuhan novel respiratory coronavirus lab. The disease is the same name as the lab. That's just a little too weird, don't you think? And then they ask those scientists, they're like, how did this, so wait a minute, you work at the Wuhan respiratory coronavirus lab. How did this happen? And they're like, a pangolin kissed a turtle. And you're like, no, the name of your lab, if you look at the name, let me see your business card. Show me your business card.
So when is this?
So look at Colbert, though. Look at Colbert. Colbert keeps opening his mouth.
Yeah. In Wuhan. Oh, because there's a coronavirus loose in Wuhan. How did that happen? Maybe a bat flew into the cloaca of a turkey and then it sneezed into my chili, and now we all have coronavirus. Like, come on. Okay.
Wait a second.
What about this? What about this?
See?
Listen to this.
Wait a second.
See?
All right.
John.
Oh, my God.
He has to stand up.
There's been an outbreak of chocolatey goodness near Hershey, Pennsylvania. What do you think happened? Like, oh, I don't know. Maybe a steam shovel mated with a cocoa bean. Or it's the chocolate factory. Maybe that's it.
That could be.
Look at Jon Stewart.
But you see how many times Colbert tried to cock block his bit?
But so this happened when? This was...
Look, they have the COVID-19 vaccine link there 2 years ago. So this is in the heart of everything. And the chaos of it all.
Yeah. Well, you know, in Montreal, you probably know that we had some of the most authoritarian stuff on COVID. We late into the pandemic, there was a curfew that you weren't allowed to walk your dog in your neighborhood after 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. or whatever it was. Now, there was an outcry, so they rescinded it. But just the fact that they did that, I mean, what would be the scientific evidence that suggests that walking your dog outside in the middle of the
super spreader event?
Right. No, but I genuinely think, though, and I'm not someone who just gives people a pass to be charitable. I genuinely don't think it was something nefarious. I think that it was just the fog of war. People are acting like idiots, thinking like they know what they're doing, and they made. I'm sure there's going to be 1,000 doctoral dissertations written about the failure of public policy, without it necessarily being a whole evil orchestrated thing. That's my sense.
I think there's certainly a lot of that, and then there's certainly a lot of people that never really had the power to dictate what people can and can't do before. Like mayors and governors. They really didn't have the ability to shut down businesses before. And I think there's something creepy and weird about having that ability. And that people, especially if their income doesn't change at all, they did not seem to have a problem doing unscientific things that stop people from making money, like shutting down outdoor dining. That didn't make any sense, and they did it for optics. And the fact that kind of stuff can happen, like it's when you get it gets real strange when people have power to do things, because some people are just going to start doing those things. There's an interesting conversation to be had about what's going on in Canada right now with assisted suicide. Because all you have to do is go to a doctor, I believe. The doctor recommends it, and then one other doctor has to recommend it.
So I don't know the specific mechanism.
Let's find out what the specific mechanisms are. But, people that are depressed are getting this as an option.